Hey guys, today I'm going to teach you 5 base ESPUMA recipes that you can easily adjust for your dishes. We're going to make a potato ESPUMA, a Crema Catalana ESPUMA, a yogurt and cherry ESPUMA, a polenta ESPUMA, and a dark chocolate ESPUMA. So, let's begin. First, we're going to make the potato ESPUMA. Start by cutting 2 onions in half and clean them. Then slice them in thin slices. In total you need 200 grams. Now add a drizzle of oil to a pan and glaze the sliced onions with 3 grams of salt. Glaze the onions on a low heat to prevent any color from forming. Meanwhile, peel 3 big floury potatoes and cut all 3 in big even chunks. In total you need 400 grams. Once the onions have softened, add the potato and also add 700 grams of vegetable broth, 500 grams of cream and 2 bay leaves. In this video I use a cream that has 45% fat. Let it reduce till the total weight is 1100 grams and the potatoes are fully cooked. After that, remove the bay leaves and transfer it into a blender. Now blend it till smooth. Give it a taste with seasoning and when necessary add some salt. To make this ESPUMA your own, you could add some toasted garlic before blending, or a chili paste would go great as well. Then transfer it into a Siphon and charge it with 1 charge. You can keep it in your fridge for 3 days. To heat it up, just reheat the Siphon in a heat roll or in a pan that's filled with warm water. Super easy and no fuss. Once warm or hot, it's ready to be served. This would go great with some delicious braised beef cheeks. Now for the Crema Catalana ESPUMA. Start by mixing 80 grams of sugar with 30 grams of water and caramelize this on a medium-high heat. Stir it as little as possible to prevent it from crystallizing. When you're happy with the color, while stirring, add 200 grams of cream. Also add 200 grams of milk and 1 cinnamon stick. Then transfer 80 grams of egg yolk into a bowl and while stirring slowly add the hot caramel liquid. Now pour it back into the pan and while stirring heat it up till the temperature is 85 degrees Celsius. Then pour it into a bowl, cover it and let it infuse in your fridge. I left my base overnight. The next day you can remove the cinnamon stick and add 160 grams of mascarpone, 60 grams of orange juice, the zest from half an orange and the zest from half a lemon. Now use a hand blender to blend it till smooth. If you want, you can also use other or more spices and citruses, but this combo is a Catalan classic. Yuzu and vanilla would be great as well. Then pass it through a fine sieve. After that, transfer it into a Siphon and charge it with 1 charge. You can keep it in your fridge for 3 days and use the ESPUMA straight from the fridge. This would be delicious with an almond crumble, citrus segments and a white chocolate pastry cream. Now for the yogurt and cherry ESPUMA. First place a clean tea towel or a kitchen paper on a sieve and pour 800 grams of yogurt on top. Let it drain in your fridge for a couple of hours. I always leave it overnight. Meanwhile, mix 300 grams of frozen cherries with 30 grams of sugar. Cover the pan with a lid and bring this to a simmer on a low heat. This will release the rich juices from the cherries. After that, pour the cherries on a fine sieve and let it drain for a couple of hours. I also leave these overnight. The next day, first soak 2 leaves or 3.3 grams of gelatin. Then weigh 130 grams of the cherry broth into a pan and also add 40 grams of ginger syrup. Bring this to a simmer. Now turn off the heat and dissolve the gelatin. Set it aside for later. Now this is all the liquid that was drained from the yogurt, and you definitely don't need to throw it. Click on the link for a great recipe. The drained cherries are also great to use for other recipes. Now weigh 200 grams of the drained yogurt into a bowl and while stirring slowly add the warm cherry broth. Give it a good mix to ensure there are no more lumps. This recipe also works great with other fruit broths and syrups. Raspberry and honey is a winner. Then pour it into a Siphon and charge it with 1 charge. You can keep it in your fridge for 3 days and before using the ESPUMA, let it come to room temperature for at least 30 minutes. Now for the polenta and Parmesan cheese ESPUMA. Start by grating 40 grams of Parmesan cheese. Keep it in your fridge for later. Then mix 200 grams of vegetable broth with 40 grams of butter, 2 grams of salt and 40 grams of polenta. Mix it well and while stirring bring it to a boil. Let it boil for 2 minutes. After that, add the grated Parmesan cheese and mix it once more. Then pour it onto a tray and let it set in your fridge. Now portion it into more manageable pieces and transfer it into a blender together with 200 grams of vegetable broth. Blend it till smooth. Ensure it's 100% smooth, otherwise pass it through a fine salt sieve. Then fill your siphon and charge it with 1 charge. You can keep it in your fridge for 3 days. To heat it up, it's the same as the potato espuma. Just heat it up in a heat roll or in a pan that's filled with warm water. If you want the espuma to be a bit thicker, add another charge and shake it well. Now for the dark chocolate espuma. First mix 300 grams of milk with 100 grams of cream and bring this to a boil. Meanwhile, mix 30 grams of sugar with 3 grams of pectin jaune. Mix it well to prevent lumps from forming. Once the liquid is boiling, while stirring, add the pectin sugar and let it boil for 2 minutes. Keep on stirring to prevent it from burning. Then add 150 grams of dark chocolate and mix it well. When it's completely emulsified, you can pour it into a siphon and charge it with 1 charge. Now let it cool down in your fridge. You can keep it in your fridge for 3 days and use the espuma straight from the fridge. This is already a delicious base and you can easily infuse the liquid with other flavors. Now before I end the video, let's do a little troubleshooting, because we've all been there when you add the final component, the espuma, to the dish and then you pull the lever, it explodes and it goes everywhere. Obviously you don't want that. There can be 2 reasons for that, why it's happening. And the first one is that the siphon is not clean, so the mechanism is clogged up and it's just dirty. Obviously you want to clean it properly after each time the siphon is empty. So just wash it well. The second reason is that the mixture that goes into the siphon, it's not 100% smooth. And it's quite simple to fix that as well. Just blend it till smooth or pass it through a fine salt sieve if you want to be absolutely sure. I'm always 100% sure that my mixture is smooth. So I don't pass it through a fine salt sieve. But when in doubt, just do it, because otherwise you will have the same thing. You just put it on the beautiful plate and it explodes everywhere. Of course, we don't want that. And the second thing I wanted to talk to you is about these lovely powders, because this is espuma cold, but you also have espuma hot. Obviously, hot is for warm espumas, cold is for cold espumas. And I didn't use it in any of my recipes for this video, because I know that most of the people at home don't really have a jar of this, but in professional kitchens it's used quite often. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just make a lovely base. So for example, I have a really nice recipe. I'll upload the link somewhere at the bottom of the video or at the top of the video. And you just add it, you blend it till smooth, put it into the siphon and it's done. So you can use it for a lovely, I think I made it with like a Thai espuma, Thai flavors, really nice. It's quite simple and the texture is always super stable and very delicious. But yeah, it's not cheap. Plus, like I said, most people at home don't have it. So that's why all the recipes in this video are stable on their own. But if you don't think it's stable enough, or if you want it a bit thicker, you can always add a little bit of this. I think this one is between 50 and 100 grams on a liter of mixture. But if it's already a thick mixture, a little bit more fatty mixture, then you can even drop it down to 20 to 40 grams a liter. You just gotta tweak it a bit, just work with it and try what works best for you. But the recipes in this video are all great on their own. Cool. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Like and share the video and be sure to subscribe, because in a couple of weeks I will also start uploading my first Christmas video. I think in 2 weeks already. So I'm gonna be quite early this year so that you guys have some time to prep, to study and to just come up with your best Christmas menu so far. And as always, bon appetit.